Hello, all, and welcome back to the Ageless Factor with Alita St. James. Alita is a world-renowned master energy healer and intuitive life coach. She made international headlines in 2004 for giving birth to twins at the age of 57 and is the successful author of Life Shift, Let Go, and Live Your Dreams. In the Ageless Factor, she will introduce you to amazing people she has met along the way. Here you will learn Alita's secrets to ageless living with some of the most highly esteemed professionals in the psycho-spiritual world. So welcome back, and stay tuned for yet another episode of The Ageless Factor with Alita St. James.
Hi, everyone. This is the last podcast in the Ageless Factor series, part 2. And what I'd like to talk to you today about is the detours that lead to the destination that leads to an ability to have an ageless modality going on with yourself. If you get stuck in traumas from the past, disappointments, rejections, things where you feel like you wish you would have done things differently, then you're in a density. You're in the third density. And it's very difficult to level up from that place. So what we need to do is to work through our emotional, our mental, and our physical inflammations that are really low frequencies, release them, clear them, and then level up to a higher frequency so that you can connect with your highest spiritual self, God, the universe, all there is. Now, that's the rebirth and the regeneration that you need to have. And now there's so much about energy enhancement and longevity out on the internet with conferences all over the globe. And this regenerative medicine is wonderful, and I'm definitely for it and definitely uses it. But the thing that you have to understand is that that's not the only thing. Biohacking, electromagnetic energy that runs through your body, all those things are tools to get you to a higher level, especially stem cells and exosomes. They totally give your body a rebirth. But if you're stuck emotionally, mentally, and don't vibrate to any spiritual energy, then you don't have the energy and you don't look young and vibrant. That's what I call the ageless factor. When you combine all the elements, the 4 bodies, the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies that integrate with each other. Now, that's not an easy task. It's not like taking a weekend course and then thinking that you've learned the whole deal. It's very easy to parrot different modalities and how we should be and et cetera, and et cetera. But you have to really dig deep and do the emotional release work and kind of look at yourself and say, this is my world that I've created here. If we are masters of our reality and we create our reality, then what are the blocks that I have in my life that are creating struggle, difficulties in relationships, financial burdens, and where I feel like I'm giving, and I'm not getting anything back? Those are our own belief systems and projections. And when you're stuck in that kind of loop, it's very hard to feel ageless and to feel like you have energy because you're drained emotionally and mentally. And you don't get that spiritual energy to revitalize yourself. So you could take as many supplements and do as many detoxes as possible and do the stem cells and the exosomes, and you still won't have that vitality. I'm 77 in November, and I have as much energy going as I did in my 30s. And I continue. I don't slow down because I don't believe I should be slowing down. And I do all the modalities to keep regenerating and rebirthing myself. Now, detours that lead to the destination is a very, really interesting point that can keep you useful, because often what seems like it's taking us into a direction that says you can't have what you want, or this isn't happening, this relationship didn't work, this job didn't work, you thought you were going to go to school and this and that was supposed to happen, and then all of a sudden it didn't. But if you really look at the matrix of your life, you can say, oh my goodness, I can see clearly now why this didn't happen and why this did, And it led me someplace which was even more magnificent than what I was experiencing. So as I'm writing my book, I'm really going and delving deep into the detours that led me to destinations that were even more amazing than I possibly could have imagined. I'll share one with you. When I was in high school, my senior year, John Sexton, who was the president of NYU in his years, was our debate coach and our drama coach. And we were the best debating team, and I was the highest drama woman in America in all these different competitions that we had. And so I thought for sure, and everybody else did, that I was going to get a scholarship to Catholic University or Carnegie Tech or Yale even. And it didn't happen that way, because when I took my SATs, that was the year they changed the SAT. And I had studied the formula with the previous SATs, and so I was lost. So what happened to me was that I was totally flabbergasted when the test came and my scores were lower. So I wasn't able to get a scholarship to those beautiful schools in America. And so I went to school in England. And because I went to school in England, and that was kind of a fringe school at the time, East 15 Acting School, now it's the top drama school in England, I was able to get into Hair, the Amsterdam production. I had the lead. It would have never, ever happened had I stayed back in America. So that's just one of many, many, many stories where I can point to the detour that led to the destination for myself and for many of my clients. So when it seems like things are not going well for you, really dive deep and go, okay, how can I manifest what else is possible and not get stuck in what I didn't get or what I couldn't manifest? And when you do that, then your life is regenerative all the time. So I've noticed myself, if I feel overwhelmed with, I have 20-year-old twins and they're doing their thing. My daughter's in drama school in Massachusetts, and my son is still kind of trying to find himself. He just bought a new car with his own money that he's just over the moon with, which boys love to have their own cars. But, I'm constantly having to navigate these kids, my life, my practice, writing a book, and all the different kind of things, having a personal life that are before me. If I got stuck in woulda, shoulda, coulda, sadness, or why didn't that happen, or whatever, on a day-to-day basis, I'd never be able to keep regenerating. So I want to teach you how to do that so that you can level up and be as ageless as you want to be and live to an age where you feel like, okay, I did everything I needed to do. I'm not giving up. I'm not saying, okay, I'm old, I'm decrepit. It's like you're 50 and somebody has knee pain or back pain and they go, oh, that's because I'm old. Then they buy into it. That's not going anywhere. Figure out how you can fix it. They have so many things now that they can use and utilize for us as we get older, so you don't have to, be decrepit and old and kind of like falling over. You can be as young and vibrant as you want. So if you have that mindset, instead of buying into, it's 50 and it's almost over, I'm 77 and I'm just beginning. When you have that kind of mindset, then everything that happens in your life is a blessing, and you figure what else is possible, and you keep renewing things, and you keep going on to higher and higher levels. So then you don't get tired, you don't get burnt out, and you have an ageless, exciting look. And that's what I'm really interested in telling you, and that is my message, the Ageless Factor, where every day is a miracle, and every moment you're recreating yourself, and it's always what else is possible, and how many miracles can I experience today? And then you find that life is just expanded, and on the down days, you breathe, you get through them, you level up, and you're back on track again in nanoseconds rather than 2 weeks or a week or whatever, or buying into it's over, time to retire, time to just dial back, sit on the couch and watch TV. That, for me, is not an option. And I want you to really look at your life and see, where are you limiting yourself when you don't need to, when you can have the ageless factor and keep renewing yourself and understand that there's nothing in your mind or your world or what you've experienced that you can't overcome, that you can't take into your heart, and that you can't ask yourself what else is possible and change it and really live your dynamic, youthful, wonderful self. So my love and blessings to you on your journey. Don't forget, this is a precious, wonderful book. I'm starting to record it. And as I'm recording it, I'm saying, oh my God, who wrote this? Moi. It's going to really help you make transitions and be your ageless self. So this is Alita St. James signing off for this podcast series with all the love and ageless blessings to you. See you in season 3. Hi, everyone. If you've watched this podcast and you feel a transformational shift, I would love for you to subscribe and join our spiritual energy group and also share it with your friends. I'm also on Instagram, Alita_St. James, and all the other platforms like Facebook and Twitter and even TikTok, believe it or not, at my age, and spread the ageless factor. My love and blessings to you, Alita St. James.